ポンコツ PC ペンドライ。
How many editors do you use? I've been with MS-DOS since I was here. I've used various editors. It's been a while since I became a company. It's been about 2 years, has it? Only then. After touching Windows. Well, there were various notepads. This in Notepad. I've had a lot of things to do with it. Well, right now, I think about 3 of these are good. Ease of use and such a thing as a memorandum of understanding for a little. Here's a little explanation. I tried to die and use it if I wanted to. There's a lot of narrowing down to each of the 3. Mery is these 3. And Terapad, it's a little Stella. Psycho MK Litter. What is Mglitter? I used it a lot. The code of Windows 10 once. Are you not doing it now? When the movement moves, even now this is actually the easiest to use. The temple I turn to is Mery. The pad is, isn't it? After all, there are many users who are using. If you want Eddie and it's gone. If you use Terapad. I wrote it in that sense. Then why is this Mery good? But for me, the display settings are plentiful first. And the size of the color character is various today. Or entangled or rich anyway. I think it's quite liked by foreigners. And for me in Japan. I think this is the best now. And the second thing is my job. A character that is a little to 6-way. A little, a rag or a rag. That's the kind of confirmation. I really want to do it. And the difference of the Chahuki is the next. When you open edit multiple texts, this is surprisingly. Other software may not be able to do it. Mery the cat and tab display. What if there was a lot of text data? I'm going to open it at the same time. Windows independently one by one. You can also open the pieces. That's the 4th one. The wrap line is displayed well. For example, double-click. If you can easily set up the dig up. If it becomes a long sentence when writing an email, it's going to go all the way to the right. So, for example, it's like me. In Me's from Uchahu. I use it sometimes when I want to put a wrap line. This is pretty easy to use and after. It's related to that email. Finally, I often use email quotes. I'm going out of my way to email you on Outlook. The contents of the email. First, copy the text data. Paste it with Mery. After sticking it on Mery, I'm going to copy it, but I'm going to send you an email. In a copy along with quotes. Reply it also Outlook. You can paste it into your email. What is light Outlook when I'm fumed? When the other party says rich text. It's hard to do when you transform, right? It's frustrating. I've already made it a habit like this. Standard to Windows in. Is the notepad in it useless? That's what I'm saying. That's not the case. Why is this? What still exists? There's a good thing. That any PC probably has one. A little high memo writing even if the screen is narrow unless you turn it off. You're going to put out a real notepad, aren't you? That's why it is. For example, taking note of the URL. I'll put a little bit of a letter on it later. I'm going to use it for the place to paste. That's the way it is, and I still use the secum in the text editor in. For what I use and what? What do you use? Notepad, of course. The software which strikes the character edits the character. But it's my job. Analytical model strength of structural design. Violence in the police in a day. To calculate such a thing. Input or output. Also to match the results. I'm using Mery. The after is beyond that. It is a reply of the Outlook email which I went. Of course, the song that is also created is in the Outlook. That's a reply in. There are a lot of feeling. If you write an email in Outlook, it's going to be hyperlinked. Hate it for that. I may go out of my way to write Mery. Well, about that. Visual_basic VBA make this OR. To edit it. After all, the editor is good and home after payment. It's a page ISN. Even on the company's website. I'm editing it once. Well, now is SharePoint now. In SharePoint. It's like an in-house group. I'm making a homepage. Editing it is no longer easy to use. Homepage builder. And dedicated software like. I can use it. SharePoint is after all. I have to tell you and listen. Why in a little text? I'm familiar with tag editing. There's also the body. After all, what is my best recommendation now? I'm going to be Mery. Thank you for watching.